welcome back to another Mortal Online guide. This one is going to be about a little bit about taming, but mostly about how to get your first mounts. I mean, you see people running around on donkeys or horses, and of course, naturally, you want one, so how do you get one? There are two ways to obtain it, and getting a mount really isn't that easy. You have to, you have to be able to ride the mounts. There's just a lot of stipulations that you have to meet in order to be able to ride a mount. So let's get started with if you want to be able to tame your own mount. So if you've been following my series, you know that I recommend that you start in Tindrum and that you do the tutorial. And this is going to be the basic how to actually tame something. So this guy is part of the tutorial. His name is Adad Ganesh, whatever. And he's going to teach you how to tame. So basically you're going to talk to him and he's going to tell you this sad story about killing his daughter's pet rabbit, and you need to tame another one, so you just want me to do it, and it's going to tell you to actually how to tame it. I'll show you how to do that. So you'll see down here we've learned domestication, we've learned creature control, and we learned taming. So we have 5 in each now, so we'll be able to actually tame something and control creatures. So we are just going to hit the L button and we're going to get the taming whip out. Looks like a whip. We're going to put that on our hotbar and we're going to go up to our rabbit, which there's one right here. And you click on, you target the rabbit. See, we have rabbit targeted here. I moved my targeting. It used to be up here. I moved it down here and I resized it. So we're going to tame him and we're going to hit the, since I put it up to the number 6 on my hotbar, I'm going to hit the number 6 and taming. Now, the creature's levels, you can see, I learned the lore for rabbits. Also, it says that the level is too low for me to get any taming skill. So taming these little rabbits aren't going to get you any skill for taming. But after you talk to it for a little while, it's going to tell you that you tamed the rabbit, and he's going to follow you around, and he'll be, if you're, right now I'm a fledgling still, so he's yellow, but after I get out of fledgling status, he'll be blue, and if you hit K, you can see that I have the rabbits. You can see that right off the bat, when you learn, before you learn creature control, I think you only have 25 points. After you learn creature control from that guy, he puts points into your creature control, so now I have 27 pet points, or PP, some people call them PP. So to have a rabbit costs 14 out of the 27 pet points in order for me to have this rabbit. You'll also notice a few other things. His loyalty is really low and his hunger is low, so you'll have to feed him in order for his hunger to go down, and as long as his hunger is low enough, he'll create more loyalty. But we're not going to worry about this rabbit because as soon as we talk to this guy, the rabbit's going to stop following us. Alright, so see, rabbit has been abandoned. Be free, rabbit. Now I am going to make my way towards Tindrum, finish up this tutorial real quick, and I will show you guys how to start getting them out and the things you'll need to do to get them out. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to get them out. There's going to be a couple of things that you'll need to know about mounts before you actually go buy one, but the easiest way to get a mount is to buy a mount. A couple of things you'll need to know about buying a mount before you purchase one is going to be that you start out with 25 pet points. So whenever you first start the game and you don't have any creature control, you have 25 pet points. With those pet points, you'll be able to get up to like a level 50 horse. So you should be good to buy any donkey and any horse that is up to level 50. Now, in order to get more pet points. So if you want to buy a higher level horse, or if you want to buy like a Lyciator or something like that, you'll have to learn creature control. To learn creature control, you'll have to go to the librarian in Tindrum and buy the creature control book and start learning creature control. For every 2 points of creature control you have, you get 1 pet point. So you're going to start out with, you can see, you'll start out with the 25 pet points. So to see your pet points, you hit K, you'll see how many pet points. I have 31 because I actually picked up creature control and taming. So I'm reading the creature control book at the moment. On top of that, if you hit L, you'll see all your skills. If you go to Wilderness, Domestication, you can see Creature Control right here. I have 13 points in Creature Control. So if you divide that by 2, that's roughly 6, that's going to be 6 points. Because they always run down. So I started out with 25 plus the extra 6. So that gives me a total of 31. So for every 2 points you get here, you get an extra pet point. You can have multiple pets, you can have mounts. Just make sure that you stable them so that they don't die, anything like that. So with 31 pet points, I will be able to get like a level 50 horse. If you followed my other tutorial or my other Mortal Online beginner videos, you'll know that I recommend that you go pick all the purple flowers and stuff like that, and basically just sell everything on top of the 50 silver that you get from the doing the tutorial. So you can see that I have 3.5 gold on this character, just from doing the tutorial and picking up what little flowers I can from the flowers and the red mushrooms from the tutorial area in the Tindrick Gardens. So to buy them out, we're going to talk to the broker. You're going to go all the way down to pet receipts, and it's going to pull up the pets. So you can see the first one is a level 26 donkey. It's got pretty decent strength. As far as stats on the mount, the things you want to look for is strength is going to be able to carry weight, and its intellect is going to be what you'll need to ride it. If it has low intellect, you're going to have a harder time riding it with a low riding skill. So the higher the intellect, the better. So I'm just going to look through these real quick. I think this was, yeah, this one right here is actually a pretty good mount. You'll also see, okay, so you see its level, and then right underneath it you're going to see Tindrum. That's really important because that means that this mount is stabled in Tindrum. So I'm actually going to buy this one because I can, and we're going to have the pet receipt in our bags right here. So all we'll do is we'll take this to an aquarium or the stables, and we'll be able to get this donkey out. But let me show you, let me see if I can find something that's not in Tindrum real quick. Okay, so you see this one right here, it says level 29, and then it says Vada, or Veda, or Vada, whatever. That means that this horse is stabled in another city, and you won't be able to pick it up unless you take the receipt all the way to this other city. So make sure that when you do buy it, you look for the city, and make sure it's the same city that you're currently in, because if not, then you'll kind of be a little bit screwed in trying to actually get the horse or the mount or whatever it is that you're trying to buy. As far as speed and things like that, so donkeys are going to be your slowest, but they're going to be good for putting bags on and hauling them around. Then is going to be your Mongol horses, then your steppe horses, your forest horses, then your desert horses. As far as like speed, you also have bull horses, which have good stamina and health, but they have really low speed and they have really low control. There's also jolting horses. There's a bunch of different types of horses, and you have Lyciators, which I believe are the fastest mounts in the game, but they're also really expensive. I think on average Lyciators start at like 10 gold. Now, if you're going to want to go tame these, you'll have to make sure that you pick up the taming skill and that you either read the taming book or you go run around and tame. Right now I'm reading the taming book, so you can see that my taming it increased to 8. To be able to tame a donkey, it requires 30, I believe 30 to 40 taming, so at least 30 taming. So you'll be running around taming stuff for a long time. So in order to increase your taming, you'll have to find something level appropriate. So right now, taming rabbits is too low. I could probably go tame boars. And what you would do is you would tame it, and then you would abandon it, and then kill it, and then go tame something else. And that'll increase your taming. You just keep repeating that over and over, or you just read the book and your taming will increase. So it does take a while before you can actually go out there and tame your donkey. So what do I do with this pet receipt? So this pet is stabled in Tindrum. So basically all I'm going to do is I am going to go to the Tindrum stables and get this mount out. So we're just going to go run over to the Tindrum stable person, which is right over here. Equerry, I think is how you say that. So we talk to him, and we say, hey, I want to use the pet receipt. And then we're going to use it on the donkey. And the ownership will transfer over to me, and then after we do that, we have to actually take it out of the stable. So we want to take a pet out, and we want to bring out a donkey. Oh, there he is, donkey. Oh, he's so cute. Come on, donkey. Come on, donkey. Alright, so that's your donkey. Well, we don't want to kill donkey. So basically to mount it, you're going to press R. And to ride it, you're going to hit W. And he'll start moving. I believe mounts have 3 speeds, so if you hit W once, it's an auto run, so you don't have to hold it down. If you hit it again, he'll start galloping. And you can see that his stamina will start to go down as you gallop. And then I believe they have, I'm not sure if donkeys, yeah, so donkeys do have a 3rd speed, which will be a full out sprint, and it'll drain your stamina really fast. This one has high intelligence, and even though I don't have any riding skill, he is not knocking me off. Be careful not to run over people in town, because that does happen. Alright, to slow down, okay, see, he kicked me off because I tried to slow down. To slow down, you just hit the S button and he'll slow down, or if you just want to dismount, just hit R. A couple of things to note about your donkey is, or your pets, you have to feed them. So to feed most of your pets, be careful, do not feed them mushrooms, do not feed them anything poisonous because they'll eat it and you'll kill them. So no feeding your mount mushrooms, or be very wary feeding them any kind of plants. Most donkeys and horses like Dial. You can find Dial at any of the food vendors. You'll see his strength is really high, so this guy can actually carry 754 weight, so that's actually a lot of weight he can carry. His dex is really low, so that means he can't really like go really fast. To see your max speed, if you hit P while you're mounted, you can see speed. You'll see how fast he can go. Intellect, he has a really high intellect. That's why he's not mounting me off. If you have someone that has like an intellect of like 4, it's gonna knock you off, and you're gonna have a really hard time riding it. So you can see his speed. His max speed is 315. So that's actually not too bad. So overall, this is actually a pretty good starter donkey, and it costs you about 3 gold. So I mean, you can see on average they're about 3 gold. So farm up about 3 gold, and then you can find you and buy you a donkey. Now you can equip your donkey or horse or whatever. If you go back to this guy over here, It's the mount equipment vendor. Do I have any money left? Yeah, I have enough to buy a bag. So you can see all the stuff that he sells. If anybody sells stuff to him, you'll see that in their inventory. That's why he has like some weird random stuff in here. But if you go down, you can buy horseshoes for him and equip that. That's going to reduce his stamina. You can buy armor for him. You can buy small bags and you can buy big bags. So I have enough, so I'm going to buy one of these large bags. And make sure whenever you're trading, you put the item over here and then you put the money in there. And then all you do is hit K. We're actually going to name this donkey, so let's name him, down here is all the commands for this specific donkey. We're going to rename him to, we're going to name him Shadow. Okay, so we named him, he's good to go. Tell him Donkey, his new name is Shadow. Now to equip his bags, you're going to go to equipment, and then you're just going to take the bag and drag it to the back slot. So you can see he can have saddle, he can have leg and feet armor, he can have saddle or armor, and then he can also have head armor too. Now if you want to look at what your bag's carrying, you just hit the open the bag and it'll show you his bags, and you can throw as much stuff in there as you want. The heavier stuff it is, the slower his speed is going to be and everything like that too. So a few other things, I don't recommend like putting your horse in danger. So if you're gonna go out and fight something, make sure you tell him to stay far enough back to where he's not gonna get aggro on the monsters and he's not gonna attack the monsters and accidentally die. And then follow, if you hit follow, he'll come running to you. So that's your basic about owning a pet. Now he has some stuff. I can put some stuff on him. I can ride him around. I'll show you guys where, let's see. I'll show you where the cooking window is. So we go to this food vendor guy over here. And we're gonna buy dial. He's gonna eat probably over 200 dial, so I'm gonna buy 500 dial. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough. Alright, sure. We'll buy 150 dial because we can afford that. And he'll probably eat all of that right up. So you hit to feed your pet, you're gonna hit K, go to him, and then just drag and drop, and he'll start eating. And you'll see he likes dial, so that's actually going to make his loyalty go up, and it's going to make his hunger go down. So before you actually get a pet, make sure that you have enough money to go buy the dial and to get him food. So we finished eating. Sometimes it doesn't update, so you have to exit out and re-enter it. So you can see his hunger is now only 25, so that's good. And his loyalty should start raising now that he's not hungry anymore. So that's basically it as far as your first mount. Just make sure you protect him, make sure he doesn't die. Don't feed him anything other than dial, just to be on the safe side. You don't want to accidentally poison him and kill him. Okay, so that's basically it as far as your basic mount maintenance, donkey maintenance, if you wanted to buy it through the trading post. Now, if you don't want to spend the gold and you want to tame it, I will show you guys how to do that now. I'm reading the taming book, so my taming is increasing, but I'm actually going to go out and tame some stuff. So, first, I'm not going to need Shadow to go out taming, since that's what we decided to name our horse. So, whenever you don't need your horse or any of your pets, you make sure you want to stable them, because they can die and they can abandon you while you're logged out and everything like that. So always make sure you stable your pet, and you can only get it out where you stable it. So we are going to run back over here to the equerry guy. And they can't, you can't stable them while they have equipment, so, or anything on them, so you're gonna have to make sure that you unequip everything that you have on them. Actually, whenever you go to the guy, if he has something equipped, it's gonna tell you, hey, this, your pet has stuff in its inventory, make sure, and then he'll give it all to you, so we're going to talk to this guy, and we are going to want to stable him, and we're going to stable Shadow. And that's pretty good shit. So Shadow is now stable. Now, if you wanted to sell your mount, so say you don't want your donkey anymore, you want to go buy a better horse or whatever, or if you wanted to give it to someone else, you can hit I want to buy a receipt. It's gonna cost you 50 silver, and then basically it's going to put the pet receipt in here, and then you can trade it to someone else, or you can put it on the broker so that you can sell them. Okie dokie. So that's gonna be it for that. Now I'll get down to leveling up taming. Alright, so I walked out of Syndrome, I'm back in the starting area, and now I'm going to start taming away. So we'll just tame pick one. So you can see in the chat, it doesn't say that he's too low. Well, I hope it. Stop walking away from me, pig. Alright, so we tamed the pig. So you can see our taming increased to 10. So what we do with this pig is we are going to... let's see... We're going to abandon him. Pig, please. Oh my god. Pig, please. Oh, this pig costs 32 points, and I have exactly 32 points. No, okay. Abandon pig. We want to abandon the level 15 pig. And then with a skillet. Alright, and then we move. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. You're just gonna keep going over and over and over until you get a taming skill of 30. Once you get a taming skill of 30, you'll be able to go and tame your first horse or your first donkey. Donkey. Because donkey is 30, I believe 30 taming skill to start. And mongrel horses are 48. Now as far as finding them, that's going to take a bit of exploration. I'll go run out, I'll run back, unstable my horse, and I'll show you a roundabout area where you can find donkeys. Alright, now that I got my mount out of the stable, I'm going to take you guys outside of Tundra. And we're going to search for donkeys. So if your taming skill is higher than 30, you'll be able to tame a donkey. So if your taming skill is not higher, then I suggest either reading the taming book or going to tame pigs until your taming skill is high enough. Actually, I recommend that you read the creature control book, so I wouldn't bother with the taming book. Just read creature control and actually raise your taming. Or if you don't really want to do anything, you just want to read the books, go ahead and read both. And you can log out or do whatever it is you want to do with that. So we're going to come out of Tundra, and we're just going to head towards Meduli, which is in the south-southwest direction. Alright, so as you guys can see, here is a herd of donkeys. So basically, you're just gonna go straight, I don't know why my game's lagging so bad. Ah! You're gonna go straight south of pretty much the Tinder entrance, and once you get to like these rooms here, it is basically Donkey City over here. So you'll be able to tame whichever donkey is that you want. On foot, it's going to take you a long time to be able to actually get out here. But, so yeah, this is where you're going to tame your first little donkey guy. And you'll tame him and you'll feed him and ride him back to town. Make sure that you actually pick up some dial and stuff before you actually come out here and farm this stuff. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about getting your first mount. I don't know anything about breeding or anything like that, so good luck with that. I know that some horses are better suited for different terrains. So jungle horses and jungle lycaators are going to do better in the jungle. Desert horses and desert lycaators are going to do better in the desert. If you put a regular horse in the desert, it's going to be affected by the heat and it's going to move slower. Also, if you go up mountains and stuff like that, your mounts are going to go slower and everything too. So, but that's it for how to get your first mount. So if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may have. Like I said, I'm still kind of new, so there are a lot of things that I still don't know, but I am learning. And if you guys have any requests for any other videos, just let me know. I'll throw them up here. And I will see you guys later.